and I was not alone. I was definitely not alone in this. I love him. Okay, one of the most exciting things just getting off work. Hey guys, so it's Brooke back with another video, and I'm here to talk to you about tech school. And I know I just talked about tech school in my last video, but that was like more like the process of, you know, the stages of tech school and like what tech schools you could go to, and this is more about like your personal life. That you like the freedom that you get now in tech school. I mean, freedom, I mean, you still have rules, but there's a lot more freedom than BMT. So let's just get right into it. So I guess we can start like off first with block testing. Now, after each like section of a test, you will have after each section of like study material, you will have a block test, and you have to pass that block test or you get washed back. And you'll get washed back to another week, and you can only get washed back so many times before they're just like, bye. Pretty much. I mean, there's some leniency, but if you keep failing, like they're just gonna have it with you, and then you're not gonna want to keep you. And I know with like special forces and stuff, if you get washed back, you get washed back into another career field. So yeah, so make sure you're studying and you have homework, and that's also a grade. It's kind of like just like a high school class. Like you have homework that's graded, and then you have a test that's graded, and I think you have to, on the test, you have to get like a 75% or higher. It might be like 80%. I don't truly recall, but at least that was how it was for my career field. And again, I want to make a disclaimer, these are my opinions, they're not affiliated with the Air Force. It's views and opinions, it's all my own. So yes, you still have tests and homework and stuff like that, at least in the first part of your training, but in hands-on training you don't have tests or anything like that, at least in my career field. So now moving on to like what you're allowed to have in your dorm room and like your dorm life and who you're allowed to have and stuff like that. So you're allowed to have your phones, a TV, laptop, video games, stuff like that, but you have to keep a 341 next or on, or like kind of under wherever your MTL can see a 341 with your name and stuff like, and the serial number of that item, so they know that it's yours and that it doesn't get stolen and things like that. And then like with food and stuff, you're allowed to have food. You know, if you drive off base, because you're allowed to drive, at least if you pass your initial inspections and you get the pass to drive and wear civilian clothes, you're allowed to drive off base, get food, bring it back. Well, actually, when I went to hands-on train, actually you can't bring food into the dorm. You have like containers. You can't bring you know, boxes like pizza boxes and thing. You have to have it in like a concealed container, like a to-go like Tupperware. You have to keep it in that and bring that into your dorm. You can't bring like boxes and stuff like that. At least for Shepherd, that's how it was. You had to have it in like Tupperware. And then in Eglin, I believe like, we were allowed to have pizza and stuff like that. They do, if you have bags and you bring them into the dorm, they do inspect those and make sure you don't have alcohol and things like that, because you're not allowed to have alcohol in the dorms. If even if you're over 21, you're not allowed to bring it in the dorms. At least for tech school, that's just for tech school. And so, but your dorm rooms have microwaves and mini fridges and stuff like that. So don't worry about that. You have a sink. At Shepherd, I had 2 sinks. Actually, all my dorms through tech school had 2 sinks, you know, because we have 2 to 3 roommates in one room. And then let's talk about who you can have in your dorm, because to no surprise, you're not allowed to have the opposite gender in your dorm room. Now, if you have friends that are the same sex in your dorm room, that's fine, but just not opposite sex in your dorm room. Now, that was, you know, annoying to me because a lot of my friends were dudes, because I'm a crew chief, it's male dominated, but they have like game rooms and, you know, like TV areas and community areas in your dorm usually that you can hang out with whoever, but just not in your dorm room. Now, let's talk about also that you can't have pets in the dorm. You can take as long as showers as you want now that you aren't being rushed by your MTI, as long as you wake up in time and make it to class and make it to your your mandatory appointments. You can shower as long as you want. That means shaving girls, we get to shave now as often as we would like. You also have more time to do your hair. You can wear minimal makeup. Like what I'm wearing today is Air Force acceptable. You can wear it in uniform. I just have concealer, powder, and mascara on. You're also allowed to wear a little bit of eyeshadow and lipstick, but it has to be very natural looking. Let's let these jets pass. So now that you have the freedom to go off base and to drive and things like that, they also have to set a curfew. So at Shepherd, actually, I think it's the same through tech school, at least for both tech schools that I went to. Like my hands-on and my textbook training. So your curfew is 11 if you're on day shift, 2 a.m. if you're on swings or mids. Now during the week they don't come door to door, but you have to check in through your CAT card. At least that's how it was at Shepherd, and they would know if you checked in after curfew and you would get in a lot of trouble. And then at Eglin, we had to walk through a building and we had to greet a NTL, and so at all hours. And then on the weekends they came around knocking on your door and did check in, because I think on the weekends it's later. I don't really recall, but I know you have a curfew still. I think it's a little different on the weekends though, but I know on the weekends they come around and actually have to see your face and check you in. But during the week it's just scanning your CAT card or face to face with somebody. I think I already discussed you can't have pets in the dorms. You still have curfew, you get to drive off base, have that kind of freedom. So yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Please like and subscribe, and I would love to hear from you guys and know all the information that you guys want to know. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.